Last year, Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal shared MVP honors. Tim Duncan once again in the starting lineup for the West.
How about that starting front like Garnett, Duncan, and Weber for the West? You don't even have Shaq out there. You see sometimes on the defensive end, Marv, you see him slide a little bit. Not today. You'll see him play tough defense.
Garnett, and that is the first field goal. And here comes Iverson in the open floor. Iverson, nice feed. Oh, it's rejected. He tried to set up McGrady, but Duncan stripped him.
Well, when he brought that ball back, Duncan was waiting as he exposed it. This is exactly what the East wants to do, run. But remember, we talked in our open, these big men, as heard is how big these guys are from the West. They're saying, you know, we're going to lock into these guys, not let them put it on the floor.
Duncan off the backdoor setup from Bryant. So hard for Iverson to get going. Kidd, oh, beautifully done by Jason Kidd.
Actually, very good defense, and he was so good, he was...
Duncan got the step, able to beat Davis.
Boy, have we seen his confidence grow, Marv, in the last 3 weeks.
And Garnett's back to break it up. Yes, Tim Duncan started slowly, recovering from that knee.
Don't get sloppy. Don't play out of character. If a good play is there, try to make it. But see, there's a nice little bounce pass, not an alley-oop, not in traffic. Those are the plays you want to make.
One-time Washington Bullet, Chris Webber, puts it up for Kevin Garnett.
Simple play, get the ball to Chris Webber in the middle, let him throw a little alley-oop to Kevin Garnett.
15-2 lead with 6:45 remaining in the first. Mason, Iverson with the open shot, and put home by Carter. Now Vince Carter's with Sacramento, also an All-Star with Washington. So the West adding to the lead. Kobe Bryant with his first field goal. Doug, for Chris Webber, it's a return to Washington where he's had some of his best, some of his worst days.
I'm sure it's sort of a bittersweet moment as we see Iverson with a fadeaway. You know, Chris Webber.
Bryant for Kidd, intercepted by Iverson. 3-on-2, Iverson to the reverse.
Little pass to himself in the air, Allen Iverson. The greatness of the NBA game is in the open court, and this is what people love to see, the spectacular athletes, their ability to get in that lane, hang in the air. You see the self-pass, the ball off the glass. Game getting very sloppy. Webber steals it back, and then the big block by Davis. A little play-by-play here, Marv. Things are going so fast.
And then Kobe Bryant able to drill it. Garnett and Duncan with the putback. Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs with 8 points. He was the co-MVP last season. Iverson, Allen Iverson, beginning to heat up. He now has 6.
Well, we've seen 2 spectacular plays by Allen Iverson already, playing off the ball. Look at the shot. Actually, his body is behind the backboard. He takes it over to his right hand.
In this first quarter from the MCI Center in Washington. Nice play. Finley comes up short. Michael Finley of the Dallas Mavericks with his first field. So Larry Brown looking for the mismatches in his favor by going with the 3-guard setup, and Ray Allen with his first. Ray Allen on a pull-up, and Ray Allen has had the touch.
Where you see the long shot, but watch him here as he drives. He's got a bigger guy on him. He stops, and the moment he does, look at the space he creates with that stop. He goes right up into his jump shot. That's a nice move.
It's been a nice couple of days for Ray. Michael Finley puts it down. Last night, Ray Allen won the season when Tim Duncan was hit by injuries. Here's Finley.
Michael Finley out of Proviso East High School in Chicago.
Rasheed Wallace defending on Allen Houston. Ray Allen for 3.
When you talk about the great show that Ray Allen put on last.
And here comes Allen. Marbury puts it up for Allen.
There's another guy who this summer in the Olympics was sensational.
Allen off the break, whipping by Wallace.
Ray Allen has given his team a huge...
Peyton of the Seattle Sonics. Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace, who has become the go-to guy. Glenn Big Dog Robinson of the Bucks. Robinson off the spin. Robinson able to hit, and it's 39-30.
One of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA.
Finley Michael Finley off the turn. He has 10 points in the first half. Allen Houston now working with his New York Knicks teammate Latrell Sprewell. Beautiful look-away pass from Houston to Davis.
Allen Houston with a great little look-away pass, and Antonio Davis finally shakes loose underneath the basket to get a dunk. Antonio Davis was the fill-in for Theo Radliff, who has a fractured wrist, will be out 4 to 6 weeks. So it's a tough break for Philly, once again dealing with injuries as Vince Carter with his highlight. Vince Carter gets baseline, and big guys don't get over there soon enough. Kobe said, "Where is my help?" And they go, "We're not helping you on this." And his partner in Shaq, who normally guards the basket, you watch his reaction. He throws Gary Payton back, and he says, "Whoa, that's nasty."
Doug, that would have won the slam dunk.
Yes, it would have.
West up by 8. They've led by as many as 16. Nice pass from Bryant. Chris Webber does the rest. 7 points.
Mine's not retired, though. I'm still active. Marv?
All right, thank you, Jim. Coming up at halftime as Carter is able to hit and draws the foul. Ahmad will be joined on the set by Kevin Johnson. PJ, that's coming up net 0 at the half. 2:20 remaining in the first half, and the West lead is now down to 5. Kobe Bryant beginning to heat up. He has 9 points. Kobe and Kevin Garnett score we've been able to locate. All right, here's Carter. Put down by Antonio Davis. Eluding Garnett and Duncan, and then delivers. Carter with the windmill.
I think that jumper's knee is feeling better. Look at Shaq. I think he's happy that he's sitting. This is what people want to see. The great pass from Anthony Mason. Jason Kidd said, I'm not getting near this. Vince Carter makes it look so easy. Over there watching right now.
51-48, the East within 3. A minute left in the half. Garnett served up by Webber. Pass work much more fluid by the East here in the second quarter. Carter trying to change direction. Broken up by Davis. Recovered by Webber. Went behind the back. Kidd lays it home for Duncan. A spectacular pass play by the West. Final seconds of the half. Carter's pass stolen. Here's Kidd from center court. Yes! Jason Kidd at the buzzer to end the first half.
8-0 spurt here that pushes it back out to an 11-point lead. But here's Jason Kidd recognizing the clock. He's behind the half-court line, lets it go. Kobe looks like he's going to touch it. He lets it go, lets it know it's a three-point play, three-point shot. But Jason Kidd, back-to-back threes, the great passing, and once again they lead by 11, Marv. Job they have done in Sacramento putting that team together. These guys deserve a lot of credit.
And Larry Brown as Kobe Bryant opens up by hitting the jumper. Larry
playing as a power forward right now along that front line with Mutombo.
Kevin Garnett of the red-hot Minnesota Timberwolves. How about the T-Wolves?
Wow,
11 straight wins.
Boy, Flip Saunders, you've got to talk about him as possible coach of the year. Terrell Brandon, the job he's done as Glenn Robinson makes a little baseline jumper. But all the things that Minnesota franchise has gone through with Joe Smith.
Here comes Kidd. Webber from Garnett.
A little sleight of hand there. You expect him, I expect him to play much better in the second half of the year. I think Shaq is going to come back better. I think you're going to expect this guy, Kobe, to be better. And with all that's been going on out there in the West, both all-league defenders. Here's Kobe Bryant in the open floor, looking behind him to see what's coming. He sees Kevin Garnett.
Comes Sprewell. Iverson. Allen Iverson taking it to the basket. Now the West on the transition try to catch the East, but they do get back. Open shot for Kidd. And Jason Kidd hits from downtown. He concluded matters.
Watched Jason Kidd and his wife, and I've watched the way they've handled the situation. And he stepped forward, and he says, look, I was wrong. I embarrassed myself, my family.
Garnett for Bryant.
Now remember, about 2 minutes ago, Kobe gave one up to the back.
Garnett. A lot of mismatches out there. Kevin Garnett posting up. It's a good idea.
But he said, okay, I'll get you back. They come back. They're looking at Utah, at Portland. They could go from first in the West to fifth as McDyess with the finish, but they could go.
And the West up by 19 points. Here's Marbury for three. Well, they say it too. Don Bates said he had to.
And you couldn't see it in the way he played or the way he practiced, the way he came to do things every day. But I will tell you this, and being around him most of the summer, I got to see such a different side of him. We see the warrior, we see his competitiveness, but I got to see a gentle spirit and a great guy. And we all wish him well and get back out as soon as possible.
Yes. Here's Allen, able to finish in the East in the midst of a run. So they cut it down to 14 with 7:45. Both shaken up. Here's Stackhouse. Jerry Stackhouse of the Salt Lake City to face the Utah Jazz. That's an 8 o'clock Eastern start.
He says, Coach, he said, you don't have to play me anymore the rest of the day. Let these younger guys play. They play each other, get the first game out. So Rick Allen said, fine. So Karl Malone will not play anymore today.
Finley, put home by McDyess. The last player with 20 rebounds in an All-Star game. Charles Barkley with 21 in 1991. It's only a 7-point game with 4.5 to go. Iverson, does he get the continuation? Yes, he does. It counts, and the foul. Garnett, yes. The West by 2.
It's going to be very difficult for them to go to Duncan because he's being played by Mutombo. So they could go to Garnett, who's being played by McGrady, or maybe Weber, who's being played by Carter.
Iverson for 3. Allen Iverson. Bryant being chased. Bryant able to hit. Marbury chased him down.
Well, great players make great plays. Kobe Bryant going off the screen of Tim Duncan, pulls up, and he knows he cannot get to the basket because there is Mount Mutombo. He's been there the entire fourth period, and that little medium-range jump shot. Kevin Garnett with a hand in his face. Kevin Garnett 6'11" with that long reach, so he's not going to get any easy shots.
Bryant, yes. Kobe Bryant with 2 clutch buckets. He now has 17. The West leads by 3. Marbury for 3. Yes! And he's tied the game.
They double him and force him to give it up. Jason Kidd might have to shoot the ball here as Iverson is just leaving him wide open.
Bryant.
Oh, that is unbelievable. Mutombo ran out at him. 3 unbelievable shots in a row here by Kobe Bryant.
A stirring finish to this 50th NBA All-Star game. The West by 2. Marbury for 3 again.